Hi there. Today I am going to discuss remaining conceptual framework of accounting. In my previous lecture, I have explained two elements of conceptual framework. One is objective of financial reporting, or the second one is the qualitative characteristics. So from this image, it shows qualitative characteristics has two other qualities, that is fundamental and enhancing qualities, that I have explained in full detail in my previous lecture. So now today we discuss the third element, that is element of financial statement. So let's go towards this explanation. Elements of financial statement that are directly related to measurement of financial position are given below. Let's move towards its explanation. The number one is assets. Assets are the set of resources from which future economic benefits expected to flow to entity. Means assets are the set of resources that companies own and use to generate revenues. Assets are anything of value or resources that can be converted into cash. Liabilities. What are the liabilities? In very simple terms, anything that company owe from outside parties are the liabilities. So obligation to transfer asset or provide services in future, it is the outflow from enterprises resources or liabilities. Equity is the residual interest in assets of an entity that remain after deducting liabilities. So basically it represents value that would be returned to company's shareholders if all of the assets were liquidated and all of the company debt paid off. The next slide is on investment by owners. Increase in equity to obtain or increase ownership interest in businesses are investment by owners. Its main increase in equity lead toward increased ownership interest in business. Distribution to owner. Decrease in equity resulting from transferring asset, rendering services or incurring liabilities by enterprises to owner. Here there are two terms that you should understand about the rendering services and the incurring liabilities. Incurring liabilities are the liability that is imposed by any act or operation, and rendering services are those services that in which you collect deposit in advance before you giving services. It leads to a reduction in equity in asset of business. Comprehensive income. It is a change in equity by translation from non-owner resources. You can understand it from its example. So the first example is unrealized gain and loss on investment that are available for sale. The second one is foreign currency translation, result gain and loss. Okay. Comprehensive income include both net income that you all know and unrealized gain and losses that a company incur in current period. Revenues. It is the inflow of earnings or increase in net asset that an entity get from its normal activities. So basically, more inflow than expectation from normal activities are the revenues. Expenses. Outflow of earnings or decrease in net asset lead towards shortage of economic benefit. It is outflow of cash to another person to pay for an item or services. More outflow lead towards shortage of economic benefit, and it called expense for the company. Gains are the increase in equity except those that result from expenses or distribution to owners. So basically it is the increase in net profit. It arises when current price of something is higher than original purchase price. Similarly, losses are decrease in equity. It occurs when current price of something is lower than the original purchase price. Now move toward the recognition and measurement that have in which we learn about principal assumptions and constraints. So first one are the assumptions. The first assumption is economic entity in which business organizations finance. Business organization finance should keep separate from its owner, partner, shareholders, employees, supplier and other business. It show accounting boundaries but not legal boundaries. So in economic entity, according to this principle, a company keep its activities separate from its owner and other business. Example of economic entities are hospital and companies. So all businesses or economic entity exist separate and distinct from its owner, employees, and customers. Going concern in which business enterprises will continue in business for foreseeable future and general purpose accounting reports are made under this assumption. It also known as continuing concern concept. It's mean it is a fundamental principle of accounting, and according to this principle, a company will complete its current plans during and beyond the fiscal period and use its existing asset to meet its financial obligation. Monetary unit is really very important term. Monetary unit is according to this assumption, money treated itself as a unit of measurement. So economic activity of an entity are measured and reported in US dollars. So it assumes as the dollar has a reasonably constant value over time in terms of purchasing power. This assumption ignore inflation. So basically money is the common denominator. So it's mean all transactions or economic events are recorded in account of business can be measured in monetary term by a currency. This is the assumption ignore inflation, that is the general level of increase in prices. Periodicity. Periodicity, according to this assumption, an organization reports its financial result within certain designated time periods. So economic life of business can be divided into discrete time periods, and that financial reports from each periods are interpretable. Means according to this company can divide its economic activities into time periods, and this accounting principle used to prepare or represent financial statement into artificial time period as required by investors, shareholders, and management. Next is principles. Principles of accounting, conceptual framework of accounting are, the first one is the cost principle. According to this, acquisition cost is most objective and verifiable basis upon which to account for asset and liabilities. It is the part of generally accepted accounting principles. So basically it is the accounting principle that require asset, liabilities, and equity investment to be recorded on financial record at their original cost, and it is also known as the historical cost principle. The next one is the revenue principle, in which companies recognize revenue when performance obligation is satisfied, uh, and it based on accrual accounting method. So basically it explains how and when revenue is to be recognized, and according to accrual accounting method, uh, um, accrual accounting method is the method where revenues or expenses are recorded when transactions occur rather than when payment is made or received. Matching principle, the other one is the matching principle. Matching principle is according to this principle, expenses incurred during a period be recorded in same period in which related revenues are earned. So companies should report an income statement in same period when it earn revenues. Okay, it shows company accurate picture of operation. The full disclosure principle, it is relevant to materiality concept. It ensures that all the material information has to be disclosed in financial statement, either in notes or face of financial statement, in which management have to report all the relevant information about company's operation to creditors and investor in financial statement. So it directly impact on investor or creditors decisions. Constant, the other one, the last one is the constant are the first one is the cost benefit. It mean hurdles. The cost of providing information should be less or not exceeded the benefits that can be derived from the information. It means it should be less costly, but the providing information should be less costly. Materiality, an item or information is material if its inclusion or omission would influence or change the judgment of reasonable man. Materiality based on relative size and importance. You have to make sure include significant or important financial information that have great impact on investor decision is materiality. Convertism is the financial statement always made with downward measurement bias. Asset and revenue should not be overstated, while liabilities and expenses should not be understated. The main point that we have to remind is never overstate asset or income and never understate liability and expense in the financial statement. So at the end, it is the full topic of conceptual framework of accounting, or and at the end I would like to say please watch my video, and if you have any query ask me in my comment box, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.